Hello everyone. In our previous video we studied regarding the three programs which are very important in your examination, that is Armstrong number, factorial and Fibonacci series. In our today's session we are going to cover three programs: palindrome, Fibonacci series we have already completed, so simple series we are going to print, and prime numbers. These three programs we performed using either the for loop or while loop. As I have told you that you can use any of the loop, but we will use as per our conveniency. First of all, let us start with the today's first program, palindrome. But for that we need to understand that what numbers are called palindrome numbers. So suppose the number inputted by me is like this: 1221. That means if you read this number from the front, that is 1221, which is same as the number from the reverse, that means 1221. That means what you need to do, you just need to compare two numbers from the left hand side and right hand side, and if both the numbers are equals, at that time that number is known as palindrome number. The same number you can write like this also. This is also a palindrome number, but this is not palindrome number, right? So this is not palindrome number. These all are the palindrome number. But let me give one more simplification. The above number is same as 1221. If you perform the addition of these four numbers, it will form 1221, the number itself. So the logic, first of all, what you need to do, you need to separate each number, right? After separating, you need, see, this is the 2 into 10, 2 into 100, this is 1 into 1000, this is the 1 into 1. See, I am going to simplify the logic over here so that we can easily understand the code from the given program, right? So for that, what I do, first of all, palindrome number, I have taken one number, that is 1221. I have separate each number. You can write this number in this form also, 1220 and 1. After you perform addition of all these four numbers, it forms the same number which is entered by us. So this is the first logic. The second logic means what? This is the first number, so 1 into 1000, 2 into 100, 2 into 10, so this is the tens, 100, 1000. Suppose 10,000 is there, then you need to multiply it by the 10,000, right? So in this way you are going to find the whether the number is palindrome or not, right? So let us start with the palindrome number. example, to input number from the keyboard and check it is palindrome or not. For example, number equals to 1221, that number is called palindrome. And another example, n equals to 1233 is not palindrome. Now we need to include two header file, iostream.h, ponyo.h, void main, two functions clr and get ch. Now we are going to take long integer data type over here because the range of integer is limited, right? It is, do you remember how many, what is the range of integer data type? It is 32,767 to 32,768. So that is the limitation, but here we are going to store more than that number. That's why I am going to take long integer data type, long integer, n for the original number, n1 for the comparison of that number, r for the separation of number, and a for the a equals to 0 for the calculation purpose. Now let me input a number to check. So enter number, cin variable n, n1 equals to n. We have performed these things, right? So it is up to the old variable, old value we are going to store in the new variable. This code we have already written in the Armstrong program also, right? So similarly we can write like this. Now while n greater than 0, up till that the loop is executed. Right now the value of n is what? 1221. So 1221 is greater than 0, the condition is true, that's why it will go inside the loop. R equals to n modulus by 10. Again this code we have already used in the Armstrong program 153. So in that case this line first returns what number? 3 number, then 5 and then 1. So we can say that using this particular function we can separate each number from the n variable. So first of all the value of n would be 1, then the value of r would be 1, then the value of r would be 2, then follow my cursor, then the value of r would be 2 and again the value of r would be 1. After that I need to put a logic. The logic is a equals to a multiplied by 10 plus r, n equals to n divided by 10. This logic we have already used inside the Armstrong. Using this what happens? First time the loop will be executed using 1221. After that 122, then 12 and then 1. Because consider a case of Armstrong. In the Armstrong number this returns 3, this returns 15. After that in the second iteration it returns 5 and it returns 1. Is it clear to everyone? And after that this returns 1 and it returns 0. In this way 153 is separated and this is used for the execution of loop. Now in our case we will see in detail But right now let me complete the program. Now after this I will explain this line, don't bother about that. Let me write if a double equals to n1, because output after completion of this loop I will get my answer in the variable a, and n1 is the older value which I have stored. Now cout palindrome number, else cout not palindrome number. Let me save the given program. Program number 40 dot C++, control F9 to run the given code. The number is palindrome, and let me once again run the given code 1233. It is not a palindrome number. Now let me dry run the program so that we can get what is the value which we are going to store in the variable. The value of n would be 1221. We are going to store the value of n into the n1 because we want to compare this value with our new calculated value. Number 221 is greater than 0. The condition is true. In this case it is executed. Here r equals to 1221 modulus by 10, which returns this one from the right hand side, right? So the value of r would be 1. But in our case, how our program is executed? Like this. I want to get answer like this, right? So right now with 1 I don't want any multiplication, right? So for that a equals to, what is the value of a? 0. 0 multiplied by 10. Now the question raised over here, that as I have told you in our previous 2 videos, that for the multiplication don't use 0. For the multiplication standard value is 1, and for addition or subtraction you just need to initialize the value of variable by 0, right? But right now we are going to perform multiplication. Even though we are using 0 over here, the reason behind this is, see over here with 1. Remember one thing, with 1 I don't want to apply any place value. There are 2 types of value, place value and face value. So I don't want to change the place value of 1. I want to keep it as it is. So what I do, for the first time the value of a is 0. 0 multiplied by 10 plus r, the value of r is 1. So I have written 1 over here. So 0 multiplied by 10 will return 0 only, because you multiply any value with 0, it will return the 0. So 0 plus 1 equals to 1. So see, I get this output. Is this clear to everyone or not? I get this output. Now what happens in this situation? N equals to n divided by 10. So value of n would be 1221 divided by 10. It will return 122.1. But we have taken integer data type. Long integer means fraction part is not there. That's why it becomes 122. Now loop again executes and n becomes 122 now. Is it clear? Now n becomes 122. So again the condition is true. Now over here 122 modulus by 10, the value of r would be what? It is 2. Now what happens? The value of a would be 1 see over here from this line. So let me clear this all, and value of a would be 1. So 1 multiplied by 10 plus the value of r is 2. So it is 2. Now let me simplify the given thing. 1 multiplied by 10, that is 10 plus 2. 10 plus 2 means how many? It is 12. Yes or no? 1 multiplied by 10 returns 10, and plus 2 it returns 12. Now what happens? The value of a would be 12. Is it clear to everyone? Now the value of n is 122. So 122 divided by 10, that means 12.2. But we have taken long integer data type, that's why the output is 12. It stores inside the n, right? Now again loop is executed. 12 greater than 0, the condition is again true. So 12 modulus by 10 will return 2 again. Yes or no? What is the value of a? It is 12, right? So let me again clear this. The 12 multiplied by 10 plus the value of r is 2. See carefully, otherwise you will not get what I mean to say in the program. I am going to dry run the program so that you people can easily understand the given code. And this is very simple code, right? But I am going to take and I am going to explain it by the value. So I have taken 12 multiplied by 10 plus 2 because value of r is 2. So over here 120 plus 2. 120 plus 2 means what? Equals to 122. This is used to change the place value. See, for the first time it is 1. For the second time it is 20. Then that means tens, then 100, then 1000. So this logic is just to shift the values, right? For that purpose we have multiplied it by the 10. So now it becomes 122 and the value of n is 12. So we have used 12 divided by 10, that is 1.2, but we have taken long integer, that's why value of n is 1. So over here 1 is greater than 0, condition is again true. As from the previous our program of Armstrong, 1 mod 10 returns what? 1. See, this logic is just to separate each number from the right hand side of the numbers, right? So r equals to 1. The value of a is 122. So 122 multiplied by 10 plus 1, it becomes 122 plus 1 equals to 1221. And now value of n is 1. So n divided by 10, it returns 0. Now 0 is not greater than 0, condition is false. So it comes out of the loop. We can get the value of a by 1221. So 1221 double equals to, we have already stored our number into the n1, it is equal to 1221. So that number is known as palindrome number. See, I have selected dry run method over here. Why? Because if I am just I run my program and I didn't show any calculations regarding the program, at that time you people might have confusion that for what purpose this logic is developed. That's why I have taken all the dry run values over here in the program. Let us consider one more program. My requirement is such: example to print the following series, right? Example, I want to print the answer of this series: 0 plus 0.02 plus 0.003 plus 0.0004 and plus 0.00005. I want to print the answer of this particular series. So for that, let us include this program again. Can be asked in the 5 mark in the examination. That's why I have taken it over here. This program is already explained and developed in C language also. We are just repeating the given programs because this program is very important. Now see over here, we have to take float data type. Why? Because the answer is in the fraction part. So float s equals to 0.0, and for the loop I need to take integer data type, integer I. Now see, I need to circulate my loop, right, at 5 times, yes or no, using 5 iterations. So that is fixed that my loop is started from the 1 to 5 because 5 series are there. So for that I have taken variable I. Now for I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 5, I plus plus, only one line code you need to write. That code is s equals to s plus I divided by power into 10 comma I. am going to explain the given code, so don't worry about that. Let me save the code first. p41.c++. Let us run the given code. The error is there. What is the error? The function power should have a prototype. Now tell me when this error occurs. See, this is a mathematical functions we have used in our program, right? So we need to include math.h file over here, otherwise code will not work. So press Ctrl F9. Yes, one more line we skipped out. We have not printed anything on the screen. So here, over here, cout s, now it will print on the screen 0.12345. The answer would be like such, no? 0.01, 0.02. The answer, if you perform addition of this number, it will return 0.1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right? So you just need to remember this line and you can perform all the program. See, this program is very important in the 5 mark. Right? So this is just the line to recall. Let me help you to solve the given code. S equals to S, right? This line, using this line, we know that the value of I is from 1 to 5. Is that clear to everyone? Now S equals to S, with the value of S is 0.0 for the first time, plus the value of I is 1, right? 1 divided by power 10 raised to 1. See, for which purpose I have taken this function, let me clear out. For the first series, that is equal to 1 divided by 10. The second series is related with the 2 divided by 100, right? So that you can get this answer. This is the answer of this. 1 divided by 10 means 0.1. 2 divided by 100, that means 0.05. 2. Similarly, 3 divided by 1000, which is equal to 0.003. One thing you can observe, if this is the value of I, right, then this is again the value of IE only. And one more thing, see, the power of 10 raised to how many? That is I only. Why? Because when I is 1, at that time I want 1 0 over here. When the value of I is 2, at that time I want value of 0 by 2. That means I require 2 zeros in that. Suppose value of I is 3, at that time I require to have 3 zeros in that. That's why I have used power 10 raised to I. Why I? Because for the first time only 1 0 I need to have, for the second time I need to have 2 zeros, and so on. So in this way, then 1 divided by this will return 10 obviously, and this is that is our requirement only. So using this, what happens? 1 divided by 10 will return 0.0 plus 0.1, which is equal to 0.1. So now S becomes 0.1. Am I right or not? Now again loop is executed, the value of I becomes 2 now. Now what happens? The value of S is 0.1. So S equals to 0.1 plus into bracket. What is the value of I? 2. So 2 divided by power 10 raised to 2. 10 raised to 2 means 100. What our answer? So we can replace that over here, 0.02. Yes or no? So answer would be 0.12. Now again loop is executed. I becomes 3 now. Right? Now what happens? The value of S is what? 0.12. So let me write 0.12 over here. And now plus the value of I is 3 divided by power 10 raised to 3 means what? 1000. Then 1000. So we can replace this 1000 by 0.003. This is the correct statement what we are having the requirement. Is that clear to everyone? In this way all the 5 iterations is executed, and in this way the final answer of S is what? It is just 0.1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. If you want to print whole the series, that is 0.1, 0.02, that series if you want to print, at that time write this statement inside the particular loop. At that time you will get such kind of output, right? Let me write \n over here, so that after each iteration, see over here 0.1, then output is 0.12, then output is 0.123, 0.1234 and 0.1234. One more thing, if you want to just print 0.1, then you will get this with this particular line, right? So for that you can take any variable first, then print that variable, right, and then apply the addition, and at last print addition outside the loop. That changes you can make. Clear everyone? But that is the formatting part. Right now I just want the requirement to print the addition of these 5 values, so that I have written this statement outside the loop. Let us develop the last program of today's session as well as any kind of loop, that is input a number from the keyboard. Example, to input a number from the keyboard and check. You can apply multi-line comment line over here and check it is prime number or not. Has include iostream.h, has include ponyo.h, void main, two brackets, clr and get ch. Okay, now what is prime number? The number which is divisible by 1 only, or number itself only. That means you cannot divide that number by the other number. For example, you don't have 3, 5, 7, 13. These all numbers are prime numbers. Okay, can you tell me the 9 number is prime number or not? It is not a prime number because 3 3s are 9. So it is not a prime number. Remember one thing, 9 is not a prime number because you can divide that number by the 3. So let us develop the given program. Integer I for the loop, n to input a number, and a for the formula. Now cout, enter number, cin, n variable for I equals to 2, because see, 1 is a neutral number. You can divide any number whether the number is prime or not prime. It is a neutral number. So I have not started my loop from the 1 number because 1 is a neutral number. So I have started my loop with the 2, I less than n, because up to n I want to execute my loop, and I plus plus. Now if the value of n modulus by value of I double equals to 0, at that time you need to store 1 into the a and you need to break your code. I will explain this code. Just let me complete my code. If a double equals to 0, cout prime number, else cout not prime number. Let me save the code. p42.cpp. Let me run the given code. Suppose I am going to input 9, not a prime number. Suppose I am going to input 4, not a prime number. I am going to input 5, it is a prime number. So let us take, for the first time I have entered suppose 9, right? So 2 less than 9 condition is true. That's why it goes inside the loop. The value of n is 9. Let me write down the number over here. N equals to 9, I equals to 2. 9 modulus by 2 double equals to 0. 9 mod 2 returns what? It will not return 0. So again loop is executed. I plus plus, I becomes 3 now. So I double equals to, I equals to 3. That means value of n is 9 only. So 9 modulus by 3, it returns 0. So condition is true. So it will go inside the if condition. value of a equals to 1 and it breaks the loop. So first of all it breaks the if condition, it breaks the loop. So we will switch out of the loop. Now in this line it is executed, the value of a is 1, so else portion is executed because value of a is not equals to 0, that's why value of a equals to 1, that's why else part is executed and the number is not prime number will be printed on the screen. Suppose I have entered 5 over here, right? At that time value of I is 2. It starts from 2. 5 modulus by 2. The condition is false. Condition is false, right? For the first time. Again I plus plus. I becomes 3 now. 5 modulus by 3 does not again return 0. Condition false. Again I plus plus. I becomes 4 now. 5 modulus by 4 double equals to 0, condition false. Again the value of I is 5, it becomes 5, so 5 is not less than 5 because we have not applied equals to operator over here, right? So 5 is not less than 5, that's why it will go out of the loop. That means a equals to 1 is not initialized in this case. So what is the value of a? We have stored default value by 0. So in this condition it will not true for the if condition. So the value of a would be 0 in such cases. So a double equals to 0. The number is prime. So that means you cannot divide the value 5 by any number. This is the very simple logic for the finding prime number, prime value, right? Let me close the program and let me share the notepad file regarding these programs. This is the first program, palindrome. You can read from the first left hand side or from the right hand side. Both numbers are equals and I have explained the logic for the same. Here it is used to separate each number from the right. This is the logic to transfer your value into the place value, and this is the logic to separate the previous part to the fraction part. That means 1 2 2 1 is there, from the right side it will return 1. This will return 1 only for the first time because I don't want to change my place value at the first time. For the first time this will return 1 double 2 because we have taken long integer data type, so fraction part is avoided from this, right? And in this case it will return and it converts whole number into the variable a, and it after completion of this loop the value of a is equal to the older variable's value. At that time that number is known as palindrome number, otherwise remaining program is known as, or remaining number is known as not palindrome number. The second program, it is about the series. In the series I have told you, suppose you want to print what is the value of s in each iteration, then you can print that. You can write this statement inside the loop. One more requirement is created by you people. It may be, suppose you want to print 0.1, right? So that answer would be using this line. So you can take one variable, that float variable, one more variable. In that float variable you apply this statement and that variable write over here s plus something, right? That variable name you need to write over here. In this way also you can get, and yes, definitely you need to use cout statement for such. At that time you will get this series 0.1. 0.2. And the third program is related with the prime number. We have started with the 2 because 1 is a neutral number. It is not neither a prime nor not a prime number. That's why here it will return 0 only if your number is divisible by some other number, right? In that case we have switched value to the 1. If the value of a becomes 0 only, remains 0 only, that means that number is a prime number. That means you cannot make a part or you cannot divide that kind of number. I hope the yesterday's session and today's session are fruitful for you people, and you just need to make sure you need to dry run in your rough book. Then and then only you are able to understand the each and every line of the given code. Stay home, stay safe. Goodbye everyone.